Yo guys, what is happening, Untitled Games, and welcome to another Minecraft video. This is going to be a very special kind of video, different kind of video for sure. Maybe more so special for me than it is for you, but I'm hoping that you can still enjoy it. This is going to be a tour of our Minecraft world that we've been working on here for the last little while. I'm pretty excited to show you guys everything. I've gotten the shaders pack in and ready now, so we should be able to look at everything pretty cool. But why is this a special episode? Well, it's a special episode because this channel has finally hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I can do this now because I got the Optifine mod. 1,000 subscribers is pretty crazy. It's taken a while, and you know, it's been a lot of just me waiting, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but no, really, I've really enjoyed, you know, posting all the videos I do, and even if it's not, you know, even if the channel's not as big as maybe I wanted it to be 3 years ago when I started, it's still crazy to me that we're at 1,000 subs on YouTube, of course, which is super awesome. I'm loving all the support, especially, you know, just in general on Instagram and on YouTube, and from all you guys who comment on the videos, like them and whatnot. The ones of you who are here, you know, even if the channel is a smaller channel and whatnot, I really appreciate it. There'll be more to be said about that closer to the end of the video, but I don't want to waste your time too much here boring you out talking, but I did just want to say thank you quickly. But we are going to jump into a quick tour starting from the top of the map where we started. I figured this would be the most appropriate video for this because we've just been working pretty hard on this map over the last little while, so why not take a look at it in more detail. There's some cool stuff that I want to show you that I've been working on. So let's start up here in the sort of south end of Malibu area, which is where we started when we first made the map. Let me just say these houses all look really cool as well with the shaders. I'm going to slow this down, put us in spectator. Oh yeah, there's some good cinematic stuff. These are a lot of the houses that I started sort of following the Malibu theme, and they're all pretty simple. I'm not going to go into every building in you know, detail and whatnot because that would take probably way too much time. But I will sort of fly by everything and let you see it, and I'll talk about what I think is interesting enough to talk about. But these are a lot of the buildings that we see here, the big mountains in the background, and this is where this would just be starting. I'm going to build probably a few hundred of these around the coast here. It's going to kind of go in a corner of the mountains and everything this way and then continue down there like it does in real life and making some sort of bay. But that's what we got here, so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it, and this is just, again, the south side of it. A couple different builds here. Hopefully you can get some inspiration from them, and we're going to move on. But you know, my favorite one I think over here is this one with the big glass view down on the beach. Looking pretty cool. The shaders it's just ridiculous, by the way. It's awesome, and it just makes everything look awesome. A little parking lot here with a little swimming area, access to the beach and whatnot, so people can come and, you know, hang out and whatnot. I gotta stop saying whatnot. And then a bunch of mansions or different houses up here. I don't know why I said that so weird. Mansions. What the heck? A bunch of different houses up here in the hills. Just a couple of various ones. And yeah, that's about it that's going on in this area. I do really want to drive you down this road because I think it's one of the coolest roads in the map here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. It comes around here. It comes around the corner. By the way, this is unfinished in case you didn't know. But it comes around here. It's supposed to be representative of the Pacific Coast Highway in California. But it comes down here, follows this big mountain, which would be like a park. And this is usually where you see all the caravans parked on the side of the road. You know, everybody just hanging out, surfing and whatnot. In this area here, this is sort of based off of like where it goes up in Malibu, sort of away from the ocean for a little bit. But this isn't in Malibu. This is right before you kind of hit the Pacific Palisades area. I'm not sure if I can use any of these actual names, by the way, in the map, so it's not what they're going to be called. But I just, you know, just to give you guys like a point of reference, if you know, the Los Angeles map and whatnot. So this is sort of before you enter into in the Sunset Boulevard and that stop. So a couple of really cool houses up here. Nothing really to point out in this area. A lot of just basic things. This is going to be a little town strip down here. There's a bunch of these big houses. They're the cliff houses, which is pretty popular there with these big sort of foundations that go right into the ground on the side of the mansions or on the side of the cliff. A couple really cool ones, though. This one still needs to be built down, I suppose, but it looks pretty cool, and I'll have to work on those. Overall, really happy with how everything turned out over here. We got a couple bigger ones. This one's kind of cool. Got the big circular design. This one up here is fantastic. I really like what we did here. I believe this was an episode that we built this in. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I will link the playlist down below, or even up in the little eye if I remember to do it. And you guys can check that out if you're interested in any of the builds on here, because a lot of them were done on the actual episodes. All the interesting ones were, for the most part. Another big beach right here, of course, for beach goers and whatnot. Probably do another little parking lot and whatnot over there. I gotta stop saying and whatnot. What the heck? And then we enter into like the proper sort of first little bit of Los Angeles area. So that's the highway and the mountains. This was mainly built with World Edit. No World Painter or anything like that, but it was good fun. And we enter into sort of Pacific Palisades area still. This is what this would still be. It's not really based off the real map. Well, it's sort of based off the real map, but it's also just my own sort of interpretation of it. And I just wanted to build things that I thought were cool as well. So we got a couple really nice houses up here, and the sun is going to be in our eyes here for the first little bit. But I'm going to continue down the road here, and we'll check out those houses in a second. I'm also going to try to keep this pretty quick because I know that, long tours can sometimes get a little bit boring. So I'm going to try and not spend too much time on each thing. Anyway, another parking lot right here going out into the beach, which is pretty sweet. I've extended the water now, so it actually goes all the way down. And then we enter into these sort of houses. If you play GTA, well, first of all, you'll realize that this intersection is sort of from there with the white buildings. And it also is there in real life. But if you've played GTA, you will remember all the buildings along here as you enter into before you get to the pier. But we'll get there. So let's start over here. I'm going to go down Sunset Boulevard, or again, I don't know if I can call it that, but we're going to call it that in this case. And I will set up a name for it later that might be something similar. But first off, we enter into a really cool little resort here. This is just like a little resort with a bunch of different villas. We built this in the first couple episodes. It's still not actually finished, but it's mostly finished. These villas themselves are finished. Really nice little gazebo there looking out over the ocean. In fact, I can zoom in on things, right? Right over there. And yeah, a pool, a couple more villas, and that's it. Nice little, circular area, and that's about it for that spot. We'll go next up here, up this road, and then we'll come back down to this street and check things out in a second. This road goes up into the hills themselves. We see a bunch of really cool modern houses here. Again, this is supposed to represent sort of more of the Pacific Palisades area, so it's not 100% accurate, of course. But it is pretty cool. I know there's a lot more like motels and stuff up in the hills here, and like resort places and whatnot, but this is pretty good. We've got a nice little house here. I'm gonna try to show them maybe from the other side actually, because they just look a little bit more interesting. But there's that house there, and then a couple boring ones next to it, which again still do the trick. They're just really placeholders. And then we've got this really cool modern one, which I believe we built in one of the episodes as well, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Again, just really funky looking, has a bunch of cool features, and yeah. Moving up a level, we've got this cool place right here, kind of a more retro, older house, but again, great views and whatnot off the balcony there. And then if we enter the street, again, I'm going to stay on the outside, but we've got a couple more boring places, nothing too special going on here, more just place fillers, kind of. They will be decorated and have interiors and whatnot. This place is pretty neat with the sort of like hangover here, the overhang, I should say. The cool thing about this that somebody gave me an idea for is I should make this into a staircase going up into the second floor. That could be really cool. So I might actually build like a staircase shaped like that. That could be fun. Okay, we've got this place here, which has, again, like kind of hangs over and looks pretty interesting. Lots of boxes going on there, but I like how it turned out with the garage and whatnot. And then we've got this place up here, which is pretty boss. It's at kind of the top of the hill, nice driveway up there. And it's a very basic building as well, but it looks pretty good. Does the trick for sure. Let me speed up here some of these houses. Recently, I built this place up here, which I think looks pretty snazzy as well. Just nice and simple. And then this place as well, which is just like a nice little bungalow up here. Plus lots and lots of room to keep working on stuff, but we'll head down here now. Another kind of cool place there. Another pretty basic place here. This one's kind of cool. It's got some really nice dormers going on, and I want to do some more buildings like this as we get into more of like the Beverly Hills area. This is like a nice little cabana, I guess is what you call them. And then there's also like a nice little guest house slash garage right there. Looking pretty good though. I like that house a lot. This one's a very weird sort of modern house, but I think you see a lot of houses like this there, so it's kind of cool. Nice little infinity pool going out here and a view over the Sunset Boulevard. If we head down here, we can continue now from the street. Couple mansions on this side. I do apologize for the lag. It's going to be a little bit laggy with the shaders packs on here today. But yeah, a couple different mansions. This one's very hidden. You see a lot of big hedge fences in Los Angeles. So that's pretty cool. We have a little plaza down here, shopping mall, shopping plaza, whatever you want to call it, and a gas station, as well as a little car wash area. I tried to really decorate everything with trees and have these nice little bush areas, which I think has helped add a lot of detail to the map. Then we enter up in here into the first little town, which I want to drive you through, or I guess fly you through. Got a bunch of really cool things here. A nice little store over there, as well as a subway. That was a fun build. Yeah, a really cool one there. I definitely got some ideas from some Subway tutorials online and took the banners from there. But I did design the place, which is pretty good. We continue on here. A bunch of really cool lights. These all are on daylight sensors, so they turn on at night. Very laggy. I should probably change them out. We won't be using them anywhere else in the world, that's for sure, but they look good here. This will be like some sort of jewelry store. We've also got a couple different stores going on here. Nice little walkway. This is a grocery store here at the end, kind of a nice one. If we turn going this way, apologize again for the lag. A little coffee shop. Again, another little store. And this is over here actually is like the spawn. They're at least the current temporary spawn. I have a couple of cool economy features I've put into this world, and I'll be adding in the future. And yeah, so this is sort of like where you would start off ideally. Yeah. I also have something called the currency mod. So this is a center, or I guess it's a center where you can sell items, and then there's also a bunch of mines. I can't access these right now, but they are just part of the currency mod. They allow you to sell things, and over here are a bunch of different things that you can do to earn money, I suppose. Different mines that you can go to. Pretty cool little feature. I was just playing around with it. I don't exactly remember how it works, but it's pretty cool. Okay, we entered into the next little area here. I'll go back on some of the houses here in a second, but we are almost at basically the end of the map. Not really. There's lots of stuff over there still to see, and the new stuff that I've been working on. A couple different stores being laid out over here. Nothing too interesting. This is a very cool area here. A bunch of stores going up here. You can see all the mansions up there as well, which look pretty awesome. But if you go up here, you can see a lot of the big stores that go here, and there's a nice little walkway that goes in between them all here. And this would probably be like a nice steakhouse. This is probably some sort of clothing store, maybe some more clothing stores and whatnot, boutiques and whatnot. There's an ice cream store right here. I don't know if I already said that, but yeah. And nice little sitting area, just, a nice little hangout spot, in between the stores. Didn't know what to put there. I didn't want to fill it all with stores, so figured we could do something like that. Following that, we get into some more nice mansions. This one is really covered up. Not sure if I like this fence at all, but it kind of does the trick, I guess. It's a nice house. It's actually a backsplit. This was in one of the more recent videos that came out. This is the garage, though, that you go into, and then you're actually in the basement, and the main floor is up here on the back side, but on the front side, this is actually the second story, and, that's how a backsplit works. So yeah, really, I guess it's a front split, but I've added all this sort of detail up here and done this house up pretty nicely. And now we can sort of go, this road just kind of goes along here, and I'll follow it to show you guys where this goes, and then we'll work our way back on the hills, and then we'll check out some of the newer things I've done. But this road goes along here. You run into the big highway. This is the 404 technically in Los Angeles, and I'll be doing I'm going to change this up after seeing Dark's roads. I really want to make some modifications to this road. And so I'm going to do that before I go and clone it everywhere. But this is the Getty. I guess it's not the observatory. I did a tour of this more recently, and I'm not going to go into detail here. But I have done a little bit of detail work with this little road and whatnot. This is the parking lot that you go into. And then there's this nice little, track, or I guess it's in real life, it's like a little tram that brings you up to the top here. And then I'll do a quick flyby of it, and you can go ahead and check out the video that I posted on this, on building this and everything. But yeah, it's basically this, and it's not 100% accurate by any means, but it has a couple of the cool features that you see in real life, and it's kind of cool to have in this world, and it's got cool overhang and everything, so I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I'll be doing the actual observatory, I guess, too, at some point, possibly. But then we head out into some more houses up here in the hills, lots of places to build more houses, but, I'm always working on different things. This one here, though, is a cool modern house. It features some, cool trapdoor walls that open up into the rest of the world. Yeah, the glass in this looks really cool. Nice infinity pool over there. It kind of sits out on the mountain a little bit, but just a nice modern house. We've got another sort of modern house here overhanging on the cliff. We've got a nice sort of more Italian villa style home over here. This one's pretty cool as well. It's just another nice modern house. There's a lot of modern houses here, of course. That's sort of representative again of the real, Los Angeles map and whatnot. This is a really cool one here. It kind of goes around the bottom of this hill. Yeah, it just sort of goes in a circle, does its thing. No backyard, but it does a trick. And then we've got this nice little place up here, which I really like. It's got a great view. I might actually center up this swimming pool and everything in this deck. It looked a little bit strange when it was centered up. I think originally I'd had it like that, so I moved it. But now I'm thinking it looks even more strange. So, yeah, but great view from up here. You can start to see what this map will look like when it's all finished. Really cool little house, though. In terms of over here, we haven't actually missed anything. These are all just the empty plots. So we can head back over now to the Santa Monica area where where I've been working on for the last little bit, and I want to share that with you. We'll head up top here in a little bit, but first of all, I want to just take you along this road. I'll show you some of these beach houses briefly. There's nothing too special going on here. But this is, just a couple examples of what we're going to be seeing along here. Kind of some interesting stuff, I guess. Anyway, the highway goes along here like so, and I guess, no, I'll show you the new stuff first. No, I'll save the new stuff for last, actually. This is a ramp that you will recognize from Grand Theft Auto with some parking along the side, probably. You may or may not recognize it, and then you come up here. Buildings are, again, not realistic as to what's actually there in real life, but there's a nice little walking path here. I thought that was a nice little feature / detail, as well as the 2 white buildings up here, which is where you enter them from. There's a really cool resort here, and I'll go to the back in a second. Parking garage on this side. Some cool modern townhouses over here. If I just jump on the inside of this resort here real quick, you can see the nice little sitting area that's out here. The pool, the hot tubs, the water slide, and whatnot. We have a couple more townhouses over here with some really nice little parking spots. Not sure if that would accommodate all the cars, but it's there. And then a pool over here for whichever property. I guess maybe both of them would share it. It's a nice little pool, though. The main entrance to the resort is around this end with nice little roadway in. We've got FPS factory with some cool little garages over here. It's empty on the inside, but it does have a nice little look going with the trees and whatnot, too. I gotta stop saying and whatnot. I'm just hearing myself over and over. Another factory that hasn't been really detailed yet, but I did go around and add this in finally, the back lot for it, which is pretty good. And then we run into some of these places I didn't show you yet. This is, again, back into the town now. We've got a little bank and then a little clothing store probably. If we head this way, we have what looks to be like an auto shop, maybe something along those lines, auto parts store, I don't know. And then a nice little factory here as well. Just sort of starting to branch out into those kind of builds. Okay, now that we've done, we haven't done everything though. Hold on, we've got this block, and then I'm going to show you these things. I'm super excited about it. We've got a couple more factories over here, just another little one. Another little one right here. I'm going a little bit quicker on these ones, and then a little store at the corner there. This is a big bank building, sort of office building, I guess. And then there's a really nice modern condominium. Both, I think, have their own tutorials, or how-tos, or let's builds, whatever you want to call them. There's a really cool house here, which I've actually just gone through recently as well in one of the videos. Not a house, a vault sort of cool building. You might just want to check out the video. I will link it at some point. But anyway, we have a bunch more little shops here, as well as this nice little plaza with some parking. Looks really cool in my opinion. And we enter one more office building. I'm going to try not to peek around the corner too much, but one more office building, which is right here. And yeah, that's basically everything that's going. I'm going to head back down on the highway and we can drive into what I've built. Sorry if I'm rushing, I just really want to get to this. If I do a left-hand turn around here, you will see that I've expanded the highway, first of all, and as well as the rock wall sort of on the left. And if you drive down here, you will notice that eventually you reach the tunnel. This is sort of where you would pull off and go into, there'll be the big parking lot here. The beach is just starting to be made. But there will be a big parking lot here, and the pier will be extending on the other side here. This is the Santa Monica Pier. It will go out all the way to the end of the beach there and further. And this is the big tunnel that you would enter if you were going down the highway. And it kind of curves around here. Some nice lights and whatnot on the inside. They're kind of just randomly placed. I should probably maybe do those a little bit more orderly. But anyway, and it comes out the other side. This is what I've been working on. There will be some hotels and whatnot on this side here, and then a park on this side, just kind of accurate to the real map. I spent a lot of time on the maps looking at how this interchange worked here. These roads are not completely accurate. Technically, in real life, both of them go under this side of the pier, but I wasn't able to really fit them with what I was trying to do here. I probably could have if I really tried, but I put one on this side. So it kind of works. You can go around on both sides, and this would be the on-ramp onto this side of the highway. This would be the off-ramp. You could either go right into the sort of Santa Monica Village, I suppose, or you could go up and onto I guess it's Ocean Boulevard technically in real life if I'm getting really specific, but again, we're gonna come up with our own names, be a little bit more unique. Yeah, nice little entrance onto what will be the pier though, and that's gonna be one of my next big projects I'm starting, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. And that pretty much wraps it up for the whole map. That's what we've managed to get done so far in the last, I guess, couple months we've been doing this, however long we've been on this map for. Let's go somewhere nice so that we can talk real quick. Aha, views on views, looking at the views. Yeah, that was the tour. Hopefully that was kind of interesting. Hopefully you found some inspiration in there or enjoyed it. But I wanted to show everybody, in case you're new here, because we have been getting some new subs, clearly. I want to show you guys what you were missing. Maybe if you missed a couple of the videos, you don't want to go back and watch everything. Now you're all caught up, so that's pretty cool, and I'm glad I was able to share that all. And yeah, overall, just really excited. I'm not sure what to count down to anymore. Like, what's next? I guess 2,000, but I was just counting down to 1,000. I wasn't even thinking about past that. So that's basically it, I guess. Yeah, we're here. Thanks everybody so much for your support on these videos and subscribing. I'm gonna keep making them as long as you keep watching them. So yeah, good fun. Lots more coming ahead, and again, thanks for everybody for supporting the channel and whatnot. If you have any suggestions for builds on this city that you'd like to see, let me know them down below. And if you have a tour or a world of your own that you'd like toured, I am always open to doing that as well. I know I've had a couple people contact me recently, so there'll be some of those coming out in the near future. Excited about that for sure, but I will not ramble on any longer. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks so much.